morning. Figured I'd make a little quick video. I was just woke up, having my morning coffee, watched some Eckhart Tolle, and I was thinking about how I felt a couple weeks ago, how I'm feeling today, and just what happened to make a change and get on a path of being comfortable in my own skin. Like, what did I do? Number one, I realized I had a problem. You know, I talked about it in the other videos, circular thinking, anxiety. Didn't know why that was happening. Later, I find out, kind of conjured that up all in my head. So I'd already sought therapy because I have, I just need therapy. And I finally realized that I'm 50. That's late in the game, folks. So, but I wasn't, there was no maintenance program in my life, in my head, and just in my day. So I, in the where I felt like I was at the bottom of that hole and suffering, I started looking. So I just typed in like this simplicity search, self-help, and a whole bunch of stuff comes up on YouTube. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. But then you start to see, like, so you look at a thing and you say, in particular, it was a Russell Brand interview with Eckhart Tolle that I was like, whoa, who is this dude? Like, that's amazing. It's really, it really just, it makes sense. It's a comfort and a logic to it that I really enjoyed at that moment. So then I just started down that path. Well, when you watch a video, you got all the recommendations underneath it. So I see the recommendation for Andy. I'm like, well, I know Andy. I wasn't doing a whole lot of daily meditative stuff, but with the headspace. So I watched a video of him at South by Southwest. You just type in Andy Puddicombe at South by Southwest, whatever it says. And so I watched this video, and it's Andy doing very Andy things, telling great stories, just being a generally just a nice person. I mean, he's just so freaking nice. It's, the world is so damn hard sometimes, and you hear somebody like that guy talk, and you're like, well, like, how do you figure that out? And the answer is, I reckon, is just do it. Just be nice. So anyway, I watch that, and then I go back to my Headspace app, and I start to meditate and start to just let those thoughts come and go like they're supposed to. We don't stop them. Become aware of that happening. I'm not saying I'm aware. It's a path, and I imagine I'm gonna probably be on this path until I'm not on any path. So that's what I did. And my therapist told me some things. I listened to what he said. I started putting into action. One of the things that, including making these videos, which I really got to figure out a better, more professional way to do, because it just kind of feels like a giant selfie. Making these videos, starting to put into action, vocalizing how I'm feeling, even if it's just to myself. And then as things go, start feeling better, start interacting, being present with other people in the room, in the house, you know, because I wasn't. And you kind of start doing it on purpose, you know, like kind of forcing it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, you know, we're doing laundry. Okay, yeah, it's laundry, but it's like, well, you can participate in the laundry, and it helps your partner, it helps, you know, just all around. It just seems, you know, beneficial. And then after, I don't know, a couple days, certain things like presence became what was it? Natural. That's the word I was looking for. I apologize for the spotty thought process. So some you know, life continues to happen, and since then, you know, I had somebody I had been very close to in the past pass away, and it was the news of that imminent passing that kind of set me off, because I got caught up in a cycle of regret, you know, kind of wishing I'd done things different or whatever. You know, it's it was, there's no answer to the question. That's the problem, you know what I mean? It's just every question makes a new question and goes in a big circle, and then before you know it, you're on a hamster wheel in your mind, and it's just going, you know. You're not getting a whole lot accomplished in you know, and you're kind of being enslaved in your own head a little bit, and hamstrung. So, you know, that's, the therapist brought me, just basically just told me something I didn't realize before, and that was immediately started, you know, an uphill progression. You could feel it, because, like, I don't know if I said before, like, I was having a roller coaster of emotions, but the highs were like not even quite level. So like, if you're standing on level earth, the first hill was into the ground, you know, and then you come back up, and then you're not all the way back up to the top. You never felt like you're going up. And so I you know, that's the thing. It's the seeking. As soon as I started looking for help, for tools, I found them. And then some of those tools came with instructions. And like in the case of the Headspace app, I just can't recommend that enough. It's like a reset button in your head, you know what I mean? Like, I reckon that's what sleep is for. It's a reboot. And sometimes you need a quick, just that 10-second back, you know, when you're watching a TV and it just keeps going on and on and on, and you're not paying attention, and you're like, hey, I missed all that, you know what I mean? It's like hitting that 10-second back in a video, like blop, blop, blop. And it's like, okay, cool, reset now. Oh, I'm here now. So that's, you know, that's a great thing. And then, like, you reading or listening to, or however you absorb people's wisdoms. I've particularly been listening to a fair amount of Alan Watts lately, and it's funny because I recognize his voice. I think they played the stuff for us in school, and we didn't. This is in the 80s. They didn't tell us what it was. It's just like, here, just watch this, maybe, you know. And it's like, oh, it's like, I got a nice voice, it's fun to listen to. And then you just didn't, you know, you enjoy that. But I've been listening to Alan Watts, and it's just like some practice of items that I've taken in, because it doesn't do any good to have tools and they remain in a toolbox and they're not applicable to your life, which it's a shame to think that you have the answers and the possibilities and you're just not reaching in your pocket and be like, oh, there's the screwdriver that fixes this problem. So that's you know, that's the method. It's application. Still, you know, highs and lows, coming and going. And neighbor's probably watching me talk on my phone. Pause.